To the 90s, even close to 100 out in Northeast Georgia. We got to 95 in downtown Greenville earlier today. We got to 96 in Anderson, 95 in Toccoa, just shy of 90 degrees up in Asheville and Franklin. Still nicely into the 80s, if you call it nice. 84 in downtown, 80 over in Clemson, 83 in Anderson, 77 in Spartanburg, but there are some nicer 60s up in western North Carolina. Hendersonville at 67, Rutherfordton at 75. The feels like temperature still is almost 90 in downtown Greenville. So again, the heat and humidity very slow to relax, even as we are now hours past sunset. A couple showers still ongoing here in parts of southeastern Lawrence County, around the Joanna area, and then some heavier showers and storms finally weakening in Newberry County, actually prompting a flood advisory for some of you folks out there. But thankfully, everything seems to be quieting down here on schedule. As we go through the rest of this evening, we should be looking at a quiet picture for the satellite and radar, though a stationary front is still close enough by that for tomorrow, we're going to see the best chance of storms once again on the coast, while we here in the western Carolinas are under enough of an influence of weak high pressure that we should stay generally dry, with mostly hot conditions also sticking around as well. Looking into the northeastern Gulf, there is a weak area of low pressure about to move over the northern coast of Florida. It is a forecast to track basically along this stationary front. Really not expecting anything tropical to develop, but there is a tiny chance something could form here off the coast. But right now, that is very unlikely. And speaking of unlikely, the rest of the Atlantic, it is basically storm free. So we are unusually quiet, even though we are still several weeks away from the peak of hurricane season. Closer to home, as we wake up tomorrow morning in Travelers Rest, we'll find 70 degrees with a mild start and a mostly clear sky. If you want to get one last hike in up at Caesars Head tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock temperature, 81 degrees, not too bad. 83 for Slater, 84 Tigerville. But as we slide down to the south of Greenville County, of course, we're going to find plenty warmer temperatures on the way. 93 for Fork Shoals, 95 Princeton, 91 downtown. Again, these are average numbers. We'll average everything out to about 93 tomorrow afternoon. 98 in Elberton, much like we saw this afternoon. We got to the upper 90s. I see no reason you won't see them again. And for your Saturday afternoon, and most spots will stay dry, though there is a chance of a few showers and storms. With that in mind, it is an 8 on today, or tomorrow's, I should say, Carolina Sky Meter. Here's Futurecast. A few leftover clouds from some of those showers that we're seeing now, and overall we should see, again, a few downpours, nothing incredibly significant or long lasting. And then as we get into Sunday, we will see a slightly better potential of storms, especially up in the mountains. But even still, I think we'll hold in a generally dry pattern until next week. And that's when we'll start to see those scattered storm chances increase just about every day. The good news is that highs shouldn't be in the middle 90s, but rather we'll be scaling back into the mid and upper 80s. So some slight heat relief is on the way as kids go back to school next week. Cody?